Hello there, Star Wars fans. Welcome back to the Hyperspace Database. I'm Jonesy the Mandalorian, your humble host here, with today's topic, the YT-1760. The YT-1760 was a small transport developed by the Corellian Engineering Corporation prior to the reign of the Empire, and was designed to be a successor to older models of the YT series line. The YT-1760 was 87 feet long, and was capable of reaching atmospheric speeds of up to 615 miles per hour. It possessed a Class 1 hyperdrive with a backup 15, and had deflector shields equipped. It was normally armed with one standard laser cannon, and housed two turret laser cannon mounts. It crewed two normally, with a passenger capacity of 8 beings. The YT-1760 was produced after several of CES's YT series of freighters had seen service, and sought to address some of the problems that presented themselves in the older models, such as weaker sublight engines, poor maneuverability, and a low hyperdrive speed. While the 1760 addressed these issues, a whole crop of other problems arose from these upgrades. The ship suffered from a flimsier hull design, which led to quite a bit of repair when set upon by pirates and mercenaries. It also was smaller than other YT freighters, so its cargo capacity of 10 tons was not nearly as big as its YT-1300 brethren, which could hold at a minimum 25 metric tons or a maximum 100 tons. The engines were upgraded, however, and the sublight speed of the ship was faster than the standard YT-1300 model by 118 miles per hour. Interestingly, when the ship was first introduced, it wasn't armed at all, but due to many customer complaints about the issue, CES installed a laser cannon on the stock model, and provided turret mounts should customers decide to install top and bottom gun turrets like the YT-1300 had. At first, it seems like this ship is just a failed YT-1300, but there was more to it than met the eye, and it was actually popular with a select group of pilots. One of the bigger advantages of the craft was its central cockpit, which gave the pilot a greater field of view, though this feature would later be incorporated into the YT-1930 and YT-2000 models, which saw much greater popularity overall. While it wasn't very formidable right off the assembly line, pilots who owned one of the YT series of ships knew not to sell them short, especially with the ease that these ships were modifiable, as many pilots converted the limited cargo space into extra housing for beefier shield generators, which helped make up for its weaker hull integrity. While the ship was marketed as a light transport, it often served as a shuttle, and was popular with pirate fleets and mercenaries because of its ability to be easily converted into a weapon of war. Looking at the interior of the ship, starting from the cockpit, all of the other rooms aboard the ship were like spokes off of a large wheel, with the turret access being in the center of the ship alongside the limited cargo bay. The main boarding ramp was at the rear, as well as the airlocks for in-space docking. Working our way around the ring, the captain's quarters were the closest to the cockpit, so that they could respond to emergencies quickly. The main refresher station was next to this, and the main passenger seating area was next to that. At the rear of the ship was the port engine room, and across the cargo bay was the starboard engine room. Next to that was the main crew and passenger quarters, and the galley rounded out the last room closest to the cockpit. There were a few notable YT-1760 freighters in Star Wars lore, such as the Hasty Harpy and the Auric. The Hasty Harpy was a YT-1760 owned and piloted by Lalo Gunn during the Clone Wars, and was the main transport of the clone trooper group Breakout Squad on their way back to Coruscant, as seen in the Clone Wars Secret Missions light novel book series. The ship would go on many adventures with Breakout Squad until it crashed and was damaged beyond repair on the planet Vased. The Auric was commanded by Commander Lena Graf, and was featured in the Tales from Vader's Castle comic book series. It was a Rebel Alliance vessel that fought against the Empire in its early days, until the ship was shot down by Imperial TIE fighters over Mustafar, and sank in the lava, where it was completely destroyed. While the YT-1760 was not very popular with the galaxy at large, it was decently popular with independent traders, though their high maintenance cost led to many of them being sold or scrapped in order to upgrade to newer, more capable ships, like the popular 1930. The YT-1760 didn't reach the success of the YT-1300, but it paved the way for more popular versions of the YT series to take the light, and served as a great reminder that sometimes you just don't mess with success. Want to know more about great Star Wars topics just like this one? Be sure to check out my other videos, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and the bell to never miss an episode that I publish. Be sure to chat with me in the comments, because I really want to hear from you. Super special shout out to my Gold Captain level Patreon supporters Miss 2003, Matthew Scott, and Nick Sutphin. Your support is incredibly helpful in keeping the show going, and you are just great people. Thank you so much. Be sure to chat with me in the comments here, and you can check the show out on social media for more news and channel updates there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.